Welcome to Armchair Expert, Experts on Expert. I'm Dan Rather, and I'm joined by Minister Mouse, the Duchess of Duluth.
Hello.
We had a really fun time talking to this gentleman.
Extremely.
Yeah, because we get to play games and puzzles on this episode.
It's a kind of an interactive episode in some ways.
It is, and if you like brain teasers, boy, there's a bunch in this episode. A.J. Jacobs is a best-selling author, journalist, lecturer, and human guinea pig. He, as you'll learn a lot about, he had this incredible book that got our attention called The Year of Living Biblically, where he lived to the letter of the Old Testament for a whole year, which is way crazier than you can imagine. He has a new book called The Puzzler, One Man's Quest to Solve the Most Baffling Puzzles Ever, from crosswords to jigsaws to the meaning of life. It's a raucous good time. Please enjoy A.J. Jacobs. We get support from Quince.
So we've been talking about Quince a lot lately, and as we head into fall, it's the perfect time to reset your wardrobe with their amazing pieces. I think it's so fun to do when the seasons turn over to just spruce up your wardrobe with a couple specials, and Quince is the place.
Totally. We're talking organic cotton, Mongolian cashmere, tailored chinos from just $60. Premium fit and quality you'd expect from a luxury brand designer. I love Quince. You know, I like it understated and subtle, and I like stuff that has high quality. And Quince checks all those boxes.
I love a lot of stuff from Quince. Honestly, they have incredible premium denim, which is very important for fall. It's pretty much all I wear in the fall is denim. And Quince has such a good selection of quality denim. Their stuff is so versatile, timeless, and built to last that you just grab every single day without thinking.
Right. And all of that for 50 to 80% less than similar brands. They go direct to ethical factories, cut out the middlemen, so you get all that quality without overpaying for it.
We love that. And they do way more than clothes. They have bedding, cookware, bath essentials, travel must-haves, same deal, and great quality.
Upgrade your everyday. Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/dax. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada and the UK too. That's QUINCE.com/dax. We get support from Apple Gift Card. Back to school is here, and for many, that means some big life transitions. Whether they are heading into a new grade or setting up a dorm for the first time, you want to give them something that actually supports their growth and success. Apple Gift Card is a versatile solution because it takes the guesswork out of gifting. It's not just about a new pair of AirPods for focus. It's about giving them the invaluable chance to choose the digital tools and subscriptions that suit their unique journey. They can use it for productivity apps on the App Store, movie nights on Apple TV, or extra iCloud storage for all those new memories. With Apple Gift Card, it's so empowering to give the students their freedom to allocate their own resources. Celebrate their new academic chapter. Visit applegiftcard.apple.com to celebrate their milestones and gift one today.
He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert. He's an armchair expert.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, our pleasure. Are you in New York City?
I am in New York City. I'm in my bedroom/office, and I can't turn the radiator off, and I can't open the window or AC because it would be too loud. So I'm sitting with a ice pack on my groin.
Oh, wow. What a hack.
Yeah.
Thank you. Tim Ferriss would be proud.
This is nothing. We have interviewed many folks sitting in their apartments in New York City, and there's times where we've wanted to say to the guests, like, hey, if it was us, we'd peek out the window. Like, there's clearly 20 fire trucks and some shit's going down. Like, feel free to look.
They were once filming like an HBO show where it was an alternative universe, and it was on our street, and it was like Charles Lindbergh was president. It was like a demonstration, and they were saying, Lindbergh is a Nazi. Lindbergh is a Nazi.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
But I wasn't on a podcast at the time. It was just a little disturbing.
Do you think that runs any risk of, like, when the shit is hitting the fan, when it's like your building is on fire?
When the nukes come from Russia, I'll be like, it was just someone carjacking or something.
Are you the type to run towards a disaster?
Not at all. Are you?
Well, Dax is.
I love it. One of my favorite things you can witness in Manhattan is when there is a fire, because it is paramount that they get there immediately. You know, every building's touching each other. So the fucking fire department, they're like SWAT times 3 in Manhattan. If you see them coming down the street, follow them, because they will smash 20, 30 cars before they get to the building. And if there's a car in front of it, they just blast into it because, like, you know, priority, it's triage.
Sure.
That sounds fun.
I mean, have you ever seen a fire engine just obliterate a double parked car?
No, but I'm going to start following them. That sounds awesome. I did have the fire department come here once because I was doing an article where I recreated the original Thanksgiving. So I was trying to cook ducks and mussels. They didn't have turkeys. We have a fireplace that I never use, and I lit it on fire. It didn't flood our apartment with smoke, but our downstairs neighbors.
Wait, so this would be a shocking revelation to most of us. They didn't have turkeys?
They did not have turkeys at the original Thanksgiving. They had a lot of venison, oysters, duck.
Are turkeys indigenous to North America?
I can't remember, but they had like some wild fowl, but it was not what we think of as turkeys, not butterball.
Was the cornucopia factual? The horn of plenty?
I don't believe it was.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry. But you know what they did have? They had like fun games that were very violent. One game they played was called Shins, and they stood in a circle and kicked each other in the shins until only one person was standing.
I see this on Instagram all the time. There's a very popular sport, in quotes, that sounds like the evolution of shins, which is men slap each other in the face. Have you seen this?
No.
Just these enormous men get slapped in the face and then just drop out of frame. It's a wild.
All right.
It keeps getting promoted in my feed. I don't know if the algorithm thinks, well, it knows I enjoy that, but maybe even pushing me towards it.
It sounds like idiocracy.
Yeah, it's virtually out my balls. All right, so I think for anyone to get a bang out of this interview, we need to do a little precursor, which is what leads you to this book. I think Monica and I both were introduced to you on a podcast. We think it was Sam Harris's.
Harris.
Did you do his?
Yeah, I sure did.
Right. So we were introduced to you there, and basically you were promoting the book, The Year of Living Biblically.
Right.
It would be really fun for people to understand what kind of books you write, what you go through to write them. And I think that's a great one to start with. Just so we can frame it accurately, we're talking Old Testament. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes, exactly.
I'm ignorant on most things biblical, but written about 2000 BC, or at least that's the period it's coming out of. Is that accurate?
It was written over hundreds of years. That's the other thing. So basically, the origin of this book was I grew up in a very secular family. I had no religion. I say in the book I'm Jewish in the same way the Olive Garden is Italian.
Nice.
No offense to the Olive Garden. But yeah, so I grew up with no religion, but I was very interested in religion. I had a kid about to be born. So I thought one way to learn about religion would be to live it, to dive in and actually follow it. So I thought, what if I follow every rule in the Bible as literally as possible? And I wasn't just talking about the famous ones in the Old Testament. I wanted to do those. I wanted to do the 10 Commandments and love your neighbor. Basically, there are hundreds of crazy rules that people just don't pay attention to. You can't shave the corners of your beard. I didn't know where the corners were, so I looked like Ted Kaczynski. You can't wear clothes made of 2 different types of fabrics. You had to stone adulterers.
This one I remember.
I used very small stones, so I didn't go to jail for an extended period of time. So it was a wild year. I guess I had 2 motivations. One was I was concerned about fundamentalists who say, we're taking the Bible literally. That's why being gay is a sin. So I wanted to say, all right, well, actually, I'm going to be the ultimate fundamentalist. You say you're taking the Bible literally, but you're missing all this stuff. But I also had another motivation, which was I really did want to see if I was missing anything.
Yeah, you have to imagine this book that has endured for 3,000 years has some merit.
Right. So there was the snarky motivation and then the earnest motivation. And the earnest one, I did learn a lot that changed my life even to this day. So, I shaved the beard, as you can see.
Yeah.
I do have it in a plastic bag.
I would not love to see that. My 2 immediate thoughts and questions are like, A, how much of your day was explaining what the fuck was going on? Like, as you move through the world and you're like constantly probably doing some very weird and erratic looking things, and you have to go, oh, so sorry, I'm living a year biblically. I'm an author. Was that a big chunk of your life?
I didn't have time a lot. One of the rules in the Bible, it's in Ecclesiastes, is that your garments should always be white, only white clothes. So I looked like I was playing Wimbledon in the 50s or something. And I had my huge beard. Sometimes I'd have the sandals and the walking stick. So a lot of times people would like go to the other side of the street. Some people gave me money just right up front because they thought I was homeless. You know, I'm living biblically, so I had to give it to the orphans and blind people. So, you know, that's in the Bible.
I would imagine the only people that wanted to talk to you were high. And I say that very sincerely because when I was a functioning coke addict, I would talk to anybody. The weirder, let's get into it. What's happening with the white clothes?
Yeah, some people actually thought I looked like this, therefore I must be holy. It's really interesting to see how much the outer affects the inner. And if you look the part, how people are like, oh my God, you must have some wisdom. So then I started to go to my head. I'm like, oh, maybe I am like the chosen one.
Yeah, did you get a little bit of like kind of holier and thou, the righteousness?
Oh yeah, I couldn't believe they were coveting and lying and gossiping. What terrible sinners. But it's hard because it says you cannot lie or gossip or covet. That's impossible. I'm a journalist too. And New York City, that's most of my time was coveting and lying. I never cut it out totally, but I did get it down. And I will say that was one of the things that made my life better. The surprisingly positive experience to try to cut out gossip.
My personal example is like I made a New Year's resolution that I was not allowed to honk my horn at anybody anymore. And prior to making that resolution, if you asked me how often I honk my horn, I would have guessed like maybe twice a week. But in not being able to do it, I realized like, oh, I'm honking my horn probably a few times a day because I'm having to overcome that urge to honk it. And I'm realizing, oh shit, I do this so much more than I thought. Did it start with that? Like, oh, I'm about to gossip. Oh, I'm about to.
Oh, yeah. No, you start to realize how much I lie to myself, lie to my kids. It is quite shocking when you start to count it up. First of all, can't they make horns like more mellifluous, like something that actually sounds nice?
Like the thing they play at the beginning of Netflix or HBO.
Exactly.
Yeah, comforting.
Yeah.
No, because the point is to stop doing what you're doing, like jolt out of your comfort zone.
I mean, in theory, but if we walk through that being a good or a bad protocol, people getting alarmed isn't a great state of being to make any good decisions that should come next.
Well, I mean, the real purpose is to stop you from getting in an accident.
But what about someone with like a commanding but soothing voice, like a James Earl Jones?
It would be okay if people didn't abuse it, is my point.
Well, this is what I'm saying. I agree with you. So what needs to happen is someone's not paying attention to some element that needs to be brought to their attention.
Immediately.
Agreed.
Yeah.
But I still think if you heard like boom, boom, boom really loud, you would still go, what the fuck is that? But you wouldn't be like, I'm getting hit by a train. What do I do now? Like, I think it puts you in your reptilian brain.
We should do a test, a scientific experiment on this, because I disagree.
Shocker, shocker. We disagree on this. So then my next curiosity is, because I'm hyper aware of gossip as well for a bunch of different reasons. But when I observe it, because I'm trying not to do it, and then I feel the urge in myself to gossip, I have to recognize I'm generally gossiping about people I'm either envious of or that have a quality of mind that I hate. And so I'm wondering, like, what did you come to learn about gossip in general by not doing it?
One thing that really surprised me was when I gave myself a gag order and said, I'm not going to gossip, I started to think fewer negative thoughts. I think that my brain was like, well, this is never going to get out into the atmosphere. And that was another example of how your behavior affects your thoughts, which was a profound lesson that kind of runs through all of my books, is that the outer affects the inner. There's a phrase I love from the founder of Habitat for Humanity who says, it's easier to act your way into a new way of thinking than think your way into a new way of acting.
Okay, so that was the most profound takeaway from the interview you did. And I have repeated that for 4 years straight.
No
and
way.
It's really, really relevant in AA. And I tell guys all the time, like, yeah, that doesn't make sense. It's not going to make sense to you. But try doing it. Just practice doing it. And then just find out if it doesn't reverse engineer your thinking. And it does.
I'm so honored that you took it away. I'm doing it now. You know, I've got a book coming out and I don't know how it's going to do, but I'm pretending that I'm confident. It's one of the most useful things I've ever run across.
All right, so let's sidebar right there because that's interesting what you just said. And I aspire to this. Sometimes I have it, sometimes I don't, which is, don't you think if you weren't you and you were talking to you, that you would be able to clearly see like, hey man, you've had a bunch of successful books. It doesn't fucking matter. Like what you do is write books. You're in the show up and work business. You're not in the results business. What's the number where you finally check the box, I'm successful or I'm competent or whatever the thing is?
Yeah, I think the number is infinity. And I talk about this in my gratitude book. We have this horrible negative bias, which was wired in for evolution, which was good on the savannah. You wanted to be able to look at the one poisonous mushroom and focus on that. But now, of course, you hear 100 compliments and one insult, and of course, you remember the insult. It's been delightful. I've gotten free publication reviews for this, but anyone who doesn't call me back, I'm like, oh my God, they hate the book. I use gratitude
To combat it.
That other book came out of the Bible book, the Thanks 1,000, where I thanked 1,000 people who had anything to do with my cup of coffee.
Yeah, that's very, very cool. I do have the fairy tale of the finish line. And I guess maybe that's what I'm proposing to you is like, at what point do I say, you crossed the finish line? Now fucking enjoy, relax, do whatever.
I think that it is a bias that everyone has to think that there's going to be an end. And I remember when a friend of mine had twins, and I have twins. My twins are like 12 at the time. And he said, when is the light at the end of the tunnel? And I was actually proud of this because I remembered it. I said, there is no end of the tunnel. You've just got to get used to the lights inside the tunnel. Those fluorescent lights, if you appreciate them, you will start to enjoy the tunnel. So enjoy the tunnel. It's just a fantasy that it's ever going to end.
Yeah.
This is similar because they were talking about everything being temporary. Our friend Amy told me this profound parable riddle, which ding, 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 we're going to hit some puzzles. What will make a sad person happy and a happy person sad?
You must already know the answer to that. I'm a virgin in this riddle. You already know the answer?
No.
Say it one more time.
I'm stumped.
What? Okay, I guess, no, I was going to make it easier, but no.
Make it even harder this time.
What will make a sad person happy and a happy person sad?
Love. Well, that's a good answer, though. You would agree, AJ. That works.
Well, why would a happy person be made sad by love?
Because you lose it.
Well, that you're on to something.
Oh, so it's sort of like, I give up. You stumped me. You stumped me,
The
Monica.
knowledge that this too shall pass.
Oh.
So for a happy person, the happy part will pass. And for a sad person, the sad part will pass.
Yeah. All temporary. Transient.
Everything's temporary.
I like that. That's a profound riddle. That's not one you'd see on like a Dixie cup.
Exactly.
So I have pet peeves with riddles sometimes. I love them. But my kids will hit me with them sometimes. And I'm like, well, gang, that's like one of 4 great answers. So I said love. That works for that riddle.
But why?
Because love makes people sad, too. It makes them happy and it makes them sad.
Well, that is interesting because there is a debate in the puzzle world, like puzzles where you have multiple answers. Some people love that. And actually, I talk about in my book, there's these medieval riddles that don't have an answer key. And there are these professors who spend years debating. Oh, I think it's a bucket. No, I think that it's a team of horses.
Up a team of horses.
While we're on it, can I just read you one riddle that I thought you would enjoy?
We love riddles. And I want you to know I came in with a riddle that I'm hoping you've never heard. That's my favorite riddle of my whole life.
It's not a riddle.
No, not the lion.
Dax made up a riddle. He calls a riddle, and he made it up.
All right, well, do you want to start with that or you want me to do mine?
No, I want you to do yours. I'm not going to hit you with the lion
Speaking
one.
of something that doesn't have an answer.
But I own it.
I'm excited to hear. In the book, I go on various adventures and talk to different types of puzzle experts. So one are these scholars who study medieval riddles written by monks. And the catch is a lot of these riddles are really naughty.
Oh, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
okay, tell me what I am. My stem is erect. I stand up in bed. Hairy down below. An attractive peasant's daughter grabs me, attacks me in my redness, plunders my head, and feels my encounter. This woman with braided hair gets her eye wet.
Oh,
so
Jesus.
what am I?
Her eye wet.
Well, I mean, right out of the gate, you're like a penis.
The monks want you to think
They
that.
monks are dirty, dirty people, and they want you to think that. But it is not. It is. Do you want me to tell you? It is.
No, one more second.
Okay.
We
I
stand
feel
up
like
in
some
bed.
sort of flower, like it's standing up in a flower bed.
It is in the vegetable plant area.
Okay. Is that one that's in the common parlance now, or is this a medieval vegetable that's disappeared?
No, it's still around. And I mean, the key is her eye is wet.
Oh, it's an onion.
It's an onion.
Oh, Oh, good job.
Great riddle.
Great riddle.
It
Great
stood
riddle.
900 years old. Stood the test of
Wow.
time.
They are dirty.
All right, I want to hear yours.
Okay. All I ask is that you're honest with me if you've already heard it.
All right.
I like this riddle because the answer is fucking real. There's no horse shit here. This is a real answer. And I've asked, I don't know, 1,000 people in the last 40 years, and no one's gotten it, and I didn't get it. But it's a right answer.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, a man walks into a hardware store. He goes up to the clerk. He says, how much for one? Guy says, 25 cents. He says, okay, how much for two? He says, 50 cents. And he said, okay, I'll take 327. And the guy said, okay, that'll be 75 cents. What's he buying? Have you ever heard that riddle?
No, I have never heard it. Wait, did you say one is 25 cents or just one is 25?
Yeah, 25 cents.
Is it horse racing? Is he at a gambling parlor?
Oh, I like that guess. That's not it. I said hardware store.
Oh, yeah, but it's front. It's a front for a bookie.
Oh, this is complicated. Okay, so this is the 30s, I guess. This riddle takes place in the 30s.
I'm trying to think of strategies to solve them.
Uh-huh.
Often it's like the number is a clue. It's not just a random number. So it's not 365. That would have been nice. And 327, not the number of cards in a deck. So that's not helping me. Basically, that was a dead end.
I like seeing your methodology
Yeah,
here.
me too.
Yeah, I'm learning.
Another strategy I'm thinking of, like a lot of these lateral thinking puzzles, it's like something that you don't know. This information that's been left out. Like he was on an island and only ate albatross, and he thought it was like albatross, but it was really humans.
Those are the ones I hate.
So this is not that kind.
No, this one is real. This could happen to you this afternoon.
You know what? I am flailing miserably. So tell me, I'm interested.
He's buying address numbers.
Oh, damn it.
It's
damn
good,
it.
right? Like when you hear it, you're pissed you didn't get it because it's good. It's real.
That is the mark of a good puzzle, is when you're annoyed at yourself that you didn't get it. I love that. And you know what? It's got the mark of what I think is part of a good puzzle, which is you have to totally shift the way you think about it.
Next one I want to just touch down on, mostly because I haven't heard you talk about it, and I want to hear what the most interesting things were. Another thing you decided to do was to become the smartest man in the world by reading the entire Encyclopedia Britannica.
Oh, wow.
I did not succeed. I did succeed in that I read the encyclopedia. I did not become the smartest person in the world.
How long did that take?
It took like a year and a half. Yeah, it's a lot of words. It's 33 volumes. It's 44 million words. Like if you stack them up, it's like basically the height of an Olympic gymnast.
What were some of the more obscure things?
Well, that was the part of the problem, is that the way our memory works, or at least mine, is that you remember things like opossums have 13 nipples. Like that's stuck in there. Or that Rene Descartes, the great philosopher, he had a fetish for cross-eyed women, which at the time must have been very hard. Like now, I'm sure there's a website, there's a dating app that would just be great for him.
Although in his defense, he's what? That's 1700s France? What time period is that?
Yeah, 1700s, exactly.
So 1700s France, certainly more gals who are cross-eyed. There's no way to fix it. So that helps his ante. People are getting kicked in the head with mules and shit. I mean, it is a gnarly. I bet there were per capita more cross-eyed gals. But here's another great question. They're coming too fast. When I would read that, I would immediately need to know more about him. Was his mother cross-eyed? Like, I'd have to read a fucking biography on him after learning that wonderful tidbit.
It was interesting. It wasn't just a random fact. It was integral to his philosophy because he was trying to figure out how is it decided what we like and what we're attracted to. Are we born with it? Or like you say, was his aunt cross-eyed? And I don't think he ever got the answer. But it is a very interesting and relevant question. Why do we like what we like?
And he died celibate. I'm teasing. What if he never found a cross-eyed gal? But how good for her. There's some poor farm girl. Her fucking eyes are so crossed. No one looks at her. No one likes her. Here comes this very celebrated intellectual. And he looks at her and he's like, oh my God, what are you doing for dinner? And she thinks, oh, this is Carrie. I'm getting pranked. And no, he fucking loved her. He made some cross-eyed gals day.
Another part of the book also featured cross-eyed women because the Mayans, according to the encyclopedia, would dangle a bead in front of their babies so the babies would look at the bead and become cross-eyed, which sounds apocryphal to me. Like, do you really become cross-eyed from looking at the bead?
Huh.
I love it because I think, having one American standard of beauty is disastrous. So I love the fact that cross-eyed people, wall-eyed people. We should embrace it all. They're all
Yes.
beautiful in their own way.
I mean, Kristen's kind of
She's
technically
cross-eyed.
cross-eyed.
Yeah, if Kristen gets tired, my wife, she's the best at pointing it out. We'll be watching something that she's in. She'll go, oh, that's the night we shot till 2 a.m. Watch this. My eyes are cross as hell.
Yeah, and like when we'll go through pictures of like you approve pictures when she does like shoots and stuff.
Right.
Always like double check the eyes.
Yeah.
Would she consider like coming out as a
Cross-eyed?
spokesperson for?
Oh, yeah.
She's very open about it. We wouldn't be saying it if she wasn't
Oh,
super
yeah,
comfortable. She calls it her wonky eye.
That's
And
great.
she'll say, oh, my wonky eye was in full effect for this scene.
I'm delighted to hear it.
She's trained it though. That only happens if she allows
Is exhausted.
it. Yeah.
That was one of the diseases of the encyclopedias, that I had so many facts that I would insert them. And my wife started to punish me. She would fine me $1 for every irrelevant fact I inserted into
Oh,
conversation.
wow.
But it did remind me, I think I also read about Botox in the encyclopedia. And the original medical reason for Botox was to treat wall eyes and cross eyes. And then they discovered they can do other parts.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would be insufferable to be around if I was doing that thing. And it actually brings me back to the question I had about living biblically. And of course, it applies, as you just pointed out, to this. It's got to be rough on your family.
Yeah, no, my wife is definitely patient. It depends on the project. So the puzzle one, she actually enjoyed. We went to Spain and she was on my team and we competed in the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship and it was a blast.
Yeah, and she herself is employed as someone who puts on events and often has scavenger hunts as part of the thing. So she's a gamer.
She is a gamer. Watson Adventures. Thank you for bringing it up. But I'll just to go back to the Bible one for 1 second. I mean, she hated the beard. There is a rule in the Bible, you might know, you're not supposed to touch a woman when she's menstruating because she's impure. But if you take Leviticus really seriously, literally, if a woman sits in a seat, then the seat becomes impure. So my wife found that offensive and sat in every seat in our apartment while she was menstruating.
Yeah,
so
good
I
for her.
literally had to stand for most of the year. That rule seems to have stayed around with very religious people. But there was another rule in the Bible that applied to men, that men, for 1 day after their ejaculation, are also impure. But that rule seems to have been forgotten. But I tried to follow that. I would, if someone tried to shake my hand, I would say, well, can I ask you a question? Like, have you ejaculated in the last day?
Oh my God.
Oh my God, you would ask folks that. Have
Well,
you
I had
ejaculated
to.
in the last 24?
I had to.
I mean, what do you didn't shake anyone's hand that year then?
Well, no, because I was hanging out with a lot of new dads, and they just are not ejaculating.
Well, they are.
They should be self-ejaculating, or is it
yeah.
only during coitus that it counts?
No, anything counts. It's probably more.
Anytime we have an excuse to talk about ejaculate, I am
We'll
so
take-
excited. Yeah, thank you for allowing us.
My pleasure. It was the Bible.
I guess I should be thanking the Bible.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
This episode is brought to you by the new Max original comedy series, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe. From the world and creators of The Big Bang Theory comes a new comedy series. Stuart Bloom, comic book store owner and lovable underdog, accidentally breaks a device built by Sheldon and Leonard and kicks off a full-blown multiverse Armageddon. Now, he's on a mission to put reality back together alongside his girlfriend Denise, a geologist named Bert, and physicist Barry Kripke. Along the way, they're running into alternate universe versions of characters you already know and love. Check out the new Max original comedy series, Stuart Fails to Save the Universe, now streaming exclusively on HBO Max with new episodes Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Subscription required. This podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. We've talked before about Rob building our website on Squarespace, and I bring it up again because it's a perfect example of what they do well. Rob had all the pieces, the content, the vision, the ideas, but he needed something to actually take all that and make it public facing. And Squarespace was that bridge. Maybe you're in the same spot. You've been developing something, a business, a skill set, a body of work, and it's been private. It's been yours. But at some point, you're ready to put it out there, and that transition from private to public can feel like a huge leap. Squarespace makes it feel like a step. Beautiful templates, built-in SEO, email campaigns, scheduling, analytics, everything you need to go from "I've been working on this" to "here it is, come find me." All in one place, no code, no stitching together a bunch of different tools. So if you've been sitting on something and waiting for the right moment, this might be it. Head to squarespace.com/DAX for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code DAX to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. You've heard us talk about BetterHelp for a while, but I don't know that we've ever talked about how much people love this service when they use it. BetterHelp has an average live therapy session rating of 4.9 out of 5 based on over 1.7 million client session reviews. And you can check out the reviews yourself at betterhelp.com/reviews to see how much they love BetterHelp. Knowing that kind of service feedback from real people speaks for itself. I'm a huge proponent of therapy, as we've talked about before. I've learned so many things about myself that I believe truly only an outside, objective person could help me come to. BetterHelp makes it easy to get started. Answer a few questions, get matched with a therapist based on your needs, and switch therapists at any time if it's not the right fit. See the reviews, see what stands out, and see if BetterHelp is right for you. Visit betterhelp.com/DAX. That's betterhelp.com/DAX.
Thank you to our presenting sponsor, HP, for supporting this episode. Parent, you've got enough on your back-to-school list right now. Ink cartridges do not need to be on it. They just don't. The HP Smart Tank printer uses a refillable ink tank and comes with up to 3 years of ink included. It's the last printer you'll ever need. To learn more, search HP Smart Tank.
Okay, and then the other one I want to talk to, and then we're going full puzzles, is trying to become the healthiest man in the world, and for 12 months dedicating yourself to exercise and diet. If ever there's a field of science, health and nutrition, there's no consensus on anything. Everyone has a conflicting point of view. Everyone's right, everyone's wrong. Where did you start? Who do you believe first? What did you find out?
Yeah, you're so right. It's so confusing. I was in terrible shape. I was what my wife called skinny fat. So, I had sort of the body of a snake that had just eaten a goat or something. I got sick all the time. So she's like, I don't want to be a widow in my 40s, get into shape. So I decided to do what I did with the Bible. I bought all these books. I had a board of advisors, so doctors, nutritionists, and trainers, and I changed every part of my life. So like you said, the diet, the exercise, but it's not just that. It's also stress, sleep, sex, how you go to the bathroom, the whole porta pot, the
squatty potty.
Squatty potty. I was ahead of the curve on that. In fact, I had a gadget taking that to the extreme because it basically would turn a developed toilet into a toilet from a developing country. It was like a board with a hole in it, and you would climb on top. And it is better for you.
Full evac.
Well, can I tell you guys, though, this is the common understanding of it. But what people don't bring into the equation is the variability of height. So the theory is, as young hominids, we squatted against trees to crap, or we just bent over and crapped. And now the toilet's got you at a much different angle than that. But if you're tall like me, on a normal toilet, I'm kind of in that position. My legs are too high up. You know what I'm saying? Like Monica's, I don't know, touch the floor when you're on the pot, right? Or you're just
Barely.
skimming it.
Yeah.
Maybe you get one on. My knees are up like above my
You're already
waistline.
in a squat position, essentially.
Because I'm too tall. So it needs an asterisk.
But have you ever tried the squatty potty?
I have.
Okay.
It's preposterous. My knees are above my ears. No one ever shat like that. No early hominid shat like that.
You are a lucky man. You must have.
Okay. So what was your diet and did it evolve?
Well, I tried like 20 different diets. In the end, I kind of agree with Michael Pollan that you can't get too detailed about it because the science isn't there yet. And in fact, if you get super stressed, like if you say, I'm only going to certain restaurants and I'm not going to hang out with my friends, that's not healthy because having a close-knit group of friends that you do stuff with, that is super healthy. That is really important to your health. I think his 3 were to eat food, not like processed crap, and mostly plants and not too much. One great device that I use is I try to eat from the fridge. not from the pantry. Good food, real food goes rotten.
I love that you point that out because something transitioned in my house some years ago. And I will say I'm walking through my favorite store on planet Earth. So I'm not throwing shade on Costco. It's a great place. They have great benefits, great employee retention. I love that place. But I did realize at one point the bulk of the store is things that can stay on the shelf indefinitely. And I just remember walking through there and thinking, well, this isn't really food, is it? The other stuff with the refrigerator, that's where I need to be walking around more.
I too like Costco, but try not to do my food shopping there.
Although they've got great vegetables and meat, I will add that.
Great TVs.
Great TVs, great return policy.
We're more of a Trader Joe's family. In fact, my wife listens to the Trader Joe podcast.
Wonderful.
It's deep.
I like her.
She also listens to you, but
Oh.
when she's out of Armchair Expert, she goes to Trader Joe's. That's her
We
backup.
might need to do a pop-up at Trader Joe's. I didn't realize there's a cross-pollination. Thanks for the insight.
Absolutely.
So, did you try paleo?
I did try paleo. I had a good time. And I also tried the paleo workout. This was early on in the paleo movement. So there were 10 cave people in New York. We would go to Central Park and try to climb trees and go on all fours and stalk squirrels. And it was hilarious. I had a great time. My feeling about exercise is, after reading all the studies, anything is fine. Just do it.
Move.
I was motivated by the 10,000 steps per day thing, but I've actually switched it because I got bored of that. My treadmill, that was one of the big things I changed.
You wrote the whole book on a treadmill, right?
Yeah, and I still write and answer emails and talk on a treadmill, but I have it angled at about 11 degrees, and it keeps track of the vertical. So every day I try to go about the height of the Eiffel Tower, and if I do that for a year, I am going to walk to space. So I want to be with Bezos and in space. So that's my goal for 2022 is I'm going to walk to
That's
space.
amazing.
I put it on Facebook and I have a group now. We have 30 spacewalkers and you guys are
Walk to
welcome to
space.
join.
How long a day is that treadmill walk?
It's only 2 hours.
And you're going slow.
I'm going slow, yeah, because I can't write or think when I'm...
You just inadvertently asked a question, what things have you kept? So it sounds like you kept the exercise.
I kept the exercise. I kept the eating real food. I kept the not obsessing about my health because there is an actual term, orthorexia, which I love, which means to be unhealthily obsessed with health. Like I said, if you can't go out to restaurants with friends, that's not healthy.
I find that people who talk about their diet and their way of living, it just has such a religious tone to me. And I think, oh, you guys don't know our religious part of our brain that helped us develop. It's been hijacked by this thing.
I love that insight. And it's true. It's a lot about purity as well.
Sin, toxins.
So yes, I totally agree. It changed the way I sleep. So I actually do go to bed early and try to wake up early-ish.
And you've downsized your gossiping, it sounds like, permanently?
And the gratitude was a big one. I email my mom, something I'm grateful for every day. And when I'm going to sleep, I go through the alphabet and I try to be grateful for something about each letter. So A, tonight will be that I was on Armchair Expert.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
That was one of the big takeaways from the Bible.
I deeply relate in some way, if I think I understand you, which is I think it's my romantic self, right? Which is I get a fantasy about how something's going to be. And I want to experience it. I get bored quickly of things I've now done. I am always looking for a new adventure, and it's very romantic to me. And then I keep some of the things, right? But then they pile up, and sometimes it can get a little cumbersome. And I just wonder, do you ever feel like, oh my God, my real addiction is just
Bettering myself.
accumulating things and bettering myself. And it too is constricted.
I love that. That's a great point. As far as addictions go, it's okay. I'll take it. Yeah, I love to continue experiment. And that was one of my points that I try to make is everyone should be experimenting more. And I love that you do, Dax. Everyone should try, and they don't have to grow a crazy beard and wear a robe. It could be you try a new toothpaste every month. You go a different way to work. I'm actually doing an experiment this week that I'm very excited about. Anytime I'm alone, I'm going to talk to myself nonstop.
Oh.
And I love it.
Wait, in service of what?
To get sick of yourself. Like, this podcast has been helpful to me because I hear myself so much. I'm finally starting to have said enough shit. I'm not there, but it's gotten less. You know what I'm saying? What's the goal of you talking to yourself?
I would say the two benefits that I've found is one, that when I start to have crazy negative thoughts, which is a lot, when I'm saying them out loud, I can actually hear them and be like, that's stupid. That's a dumb thought. So it's like sort of metacognition and being aware of your own thoughts.
Yeah, someone told us that we interviewed about CBT. They told Monica, like, and me, but say Monica.
Yeah, third
Monica's
person.
afraid of blank. Like, actually use your own name in your thoughts.
It removes you a little bit so you can see it a little more objectively.
Did you like that? Did it work?
I'm like you. I have so many things I've accumulated. Some drop off, okay?
You got to walk to get coffee. You got to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I just wanted to hit you with the one I've been kind of ruminating on. I wonder if it would appeal to you. I lived in Detroit for 19 years. I lived in California for 27 odd years. My thinking changed fundamentally by being in a new place. I'm a much different person. I have a more liberal point of view. I'm aware of the many changes that came just by imbibing a city, I guess. So I have this preoccupation, like, I still want one more of those. Like, I don't know if it's, I go to France and I get submerged there for 6 years, but I want one more way of thinking.
Do you find that even going on a set for a couple of months, you're able to get something out of it, even if not a total mind change?
Well, I love the novelty of it, of course. Like, everything's kind of new and different. I'm very attracted to novelty. But I mean, like, fundamentally, my thoughts are different. My identity is different. It would be lazy and easy for me to think, well, I've come to the place I like how everyone thinks, and now I enjoy it. I want to assume that there's yet a third point of view somewhere else that I will be grateful I learned to have as well.
I wouldn't totally credit California. I mean, you might have come to this mindset otherwise, and it's a lot about not just the place you're in, but the people you talk to. And so I'm very jealous that you get to talk to interesting people.
And we're crazy grateful too, yeah.
Actually, I would love to do that as one of my books, just live in different places. Visit every country has always been a dream. I have kids, so this is not happening for a while. Neither is trying every hallucinogen on earth. That's not happening until my kids are out of the house. I feel very lucky to live in New York because when I was doing the book about the Bible, there was every denomination, every type of religion was here, except for snake handling. I had to go to Tennessee or Kentucky, I can't remember, for snake handling.
Sure.
That you can't find.
Okay, you're a smart guy. You went to Brown. You loved puzzles. Your launching off point for this book is really, really comical. And you'd have to already be a puzzling nerd to get it immediately, which is your big, great day in the sun was you had made it into the New York Times crossword puzzle. You were a clue. It's not going to get better for me. This was being on Jeopardy. Like, I took a picture, I tweeted it. It is everything. But then your brother-in-law, I believe, was cruel enough to point out it was in the Saturday crossword puzzle. So, Monica, where does that take us? So, first news is you're a clue.
Yeah, that's so exciting.
Second part is it's in Saturday.
Bummer,
so what does
I'm not
that
in
mean?
Sundays.
/Mondays. Mondays would say every idiot on planet Earth can get his name. Saturday says this is an obscure son of a bitch.
Oh, I see. I see.
Exactly. So my brother, he did congratulate me, but then he also pointed out, yeah, this is not necessarily a compliment. You are the absolute epitome of obscurity.
And that's how my brain thinks too, AJ. I can find the brown lining in anything.
And I focused on that, and I was so depressed. It went from the high to the low. And then I will say the happy ending to that anecdote is I told that story on a podcast, and it happened that one of the New York Times crossword creators was listening and decided to save me and put me in a Tuesday puzzle where I don't belong. Like, you belong in a Tuesday. Dax is in a Tuesday puzzle. I am barely Saturday worthy. So that's how it starts. And you were a clue. I think you were a Wednesday, so you're good.
I was a clue in the New York Times?
Yes, it was Shepherd of Parenthood.
Oh.
But you're Monday material now. This was 2018.
This is an amazing accolade.
And I'm sure you will be again. Although the X is a hard letter, so.
What are they going to put there? This DEC 25th holiday is a riot for kids.
That's a good one. Perfect.
Xmas.
Wow.
They got to abbreviate within the clue to let you know it's an
They could
abbreviation.
do expert and Dax all connected.
Oh, I like it.
Oh my God. This is too much about me. No, you love puzzles. And you don't just love crosswords.
Right. So, yeah, since I was a kid, I used to draw mazes on my living room floor that would take up the whole living room. So I love crosswords and mazes. And that's the book, is sort of 15 chapters on 15 types of puzzles.
Let me hit you with the puzzles in case you're a puzzlier and you want to make sure your puzzle is in this book. It probably is. Crosswords, the puzzle of puzzles, the Rubik's Cube, anagrams, rebuses, jigsaws, mazes, math and logic puzzles, ciphers and secret codes, visual puzzles, Sudoku and Kenken, chess puzzles, riddles, Japanese puzzle boxes, controversial puzzles, ding, 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 boing, cryptics, scavenger hunts, and puzzle hunts, infinite puzzles.
Thank you for that. That was lovely.
You go, I love puzzles, write what you know, write what you love. I got to figure out how to write about puzzles. I love them. But then how do you turn it into the X Games version of everything you do?
Well, what I did was I tried to immerse myself in the puzzle world and meet the smartest, craziest, strangest people who are obsessed, because each one has this wild subculture. So part of the book is actual puzzles that you can fill out. Part is like the science and history of puzzles and why I think puzzles can help save the world. But part of it is that I went on these adventures. I briefly mentioned I went with my family to Spain to compete in the World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship, which I didn't even know existed.
What's a jigsaw puzzle as opposed to a cardboard puzzle?
Oh, yeah, that's just the name for any puzzle where you fit pieces together. So there are wooden jigsaw puzzles. There are cardboard jigsaw puzzles. I was a bit of a snob. It was one of the only genres of puzzles I didn't love. I thought it was, and this is going to sound snobby too, it's sort of like the Larry the Cable Guy of puzzles. It's a little too broad for my tastes. But I was wrong. Like throughout this process, I was converted because jigsaws can be amazing, subtle, like crazy, complicated, and fascinating. And as one of the adventures, I was looking through Google and I saw that there was a World Jigsaw Puzzle Championship. This is right before COVID. All of these countries had signed up. So there was Mexico, New Zealand, Uganda, and no U.S.
No way.
Wow.
I know.
And you don't have to have any prior victories or accolades.
Well, that was funny. This was the first year. So I just sent in my name thinking I would have to go through all these rigorous trials. But they sent an email back like, you are Team USA. That's it.
Oh my God.
Did you ever think you'd represent your country doing anything? I don't.
No, it was super
Yeah.
stressful. And I totally humiliated my country. I'm sorry. I apologize to all Americans because we came in second to last.
I'm shocked you didn't come in last. These are people that
Yeah.
they weren't writing a book about it. Who did you beat? I don't want to shame anyone, but who did you beat?
I think it was Portugal.
Who won?
Russia. Russia won. And there were like doping rumors / jokes.
Like Adderall?
Yeah, Adderall. It was
Yeah.
these 4 women from Siberia.
They're grinding their teeth and chewing gum and
Oh my God.
talking to anyone.
I will say, this I am proud of in the book, that I wrote it months ago. I said, I hate Vladimir Putin, like a paragraph on how much I hate him. But I said, this was like an example of how when you meet people face to face, they are not Vladimir Putin. It was jigsaw diplomacy, I called it. Like you actually got to know the people and learn that they're human.
That story always comes out with these Olympians. Like you go there and you think our arch nemesis is Russia, and then you recognize, oh, I probably have more in common with this Russian figure skater than any other human on the planet. We are the only 2 people that do this 12 hours a day since we were 4. Like we have more in common than I could ever have with anyone from New York,
Yeah. Part of the book is about sort of the deeper meaning of puzzles. And there's a guy named Cass Sunstein, who's a great legal scholar and scientist.
You're shaking your head.
Yeah,
you know,
because Cass, he wrote with Daniel Kahneman. Daniel Kahneman's newest book he co-wrote, and he's Samantha Power's husband.
That's true.
Okay. Wow. Way to come in with the facts.
That is impressive. Good for you. Did you read the Encyclopedia?
I'm going to, because now I got to keep up.
But he did an experiment or research where he took people from all over the political spectrum, so very liberal, very conservative, and tried to figure out what could unite them. And one of the only things that did was that doing a crossword puzzle together. So I really do think
Wow.
having a common goal, it's not a zero-sum game if you work together. And that is one of my favorite parts about puzzles.
Yeah. It happened regularly with chess champions where like they're representing their country. It's going to make or break the full branding of each country. The political powers that be send their warhorse in there. And they probably arrive feeling like they're meeting their enemy. And then they look at each other and they realize we're the only two humans on planet Earth that live in our brain like this. They instantly know they have way more connection than they'll ever have with the president that sent them.
Right. And there was ping pong diplomacy in China. We sent over ping pong players in the in the Nixon era. So yeah, it is a great way to bond people and make us realize what we have in common.
It's a great olive branch, yeah.
Olive Garden branch. It's a ding, ding,
That was a
ding.
really good callback.
Stay tuned for more Armchair Expert, if you dare.
We are supported by HP. If you're a parent or you know one, like I do, or you can help take care of kids, you already know what August feels like. It's not summer anymore, it's the pregame. The supplies list, the forms, the "we need this printed by tomorrow" texts that come in at 9 p.m. And I say this as someone who's been on the receiving end of those texts in a former life. You're ready to help, and then the printer says no, out of ink, blinking at you, useless. It's such a small thing, but it will absolutely derail your night. So when I heard about the HP Smart Tank printer from HP, America's most trusted printer brand, I thought this is the kind of thing that actually makes life easier, not in a big flashy way, in a one less crisis way. Instead of those little cartridges that run out the second you need them, the HP Smart Tank uses refillable ink tanks, and it comes with up to 3 years of ink included. 3 years. That's 3 back-to-school seasons without the cartridge panic. HP can't fill out the forms for you, but they can make sure the printer is never the reason you're up past midnight. Search HP Smart Tank.
This episode is supported by Helix.
So I've had my Helix mattress for a few years now, and I still love it just as much as the first night. That says a lot because a good night's sleep is very important to me.
Sleep is everything. And what's great about Helix is that it's not a guessing game with finding the right mattress because they have over 20 models, so you can find the one that actually fits how you sleep. And with that summer heat upon us, Helix has cooling upgrades that can get you the best rest even on hot nights.
I have a Helix Midnight Luxe mattress. I really like the level of firmness it has, but that might not be right for you. They have so many options, and you just go take the quiz, and it is perfectly matched for your needs, which is incredible. I also highly, highly recommend the cooling upgrade, especially in the summer. It makes your sleep so much better. If you're still tossing and turning on a mattress that's not working for you, just trust us on this one.
Go to helixsleep.com/armchair for 20% off site-wide. That's helixsleep.com/armchair for 20% off site-wide. helixsleep.com/armchair. We are supported by Auto Trader. All right, if you've been putting off car shopping because it sounds like a whole thing, buying your car online on Auto Trader makes it way easier, really. You can shop tons of cars online, compare prices, check financing and trade-in options, all from wherever you are. And if you want to start online and go to the dealership for a test drive, you can do that too, really. What I like is the flexibility. Start online, finish at the dealer, or the other way around. Your info stays with you, so you're not starting the process from scratch. Plus, you're working with local dealer listings, so you've got real people helping behind the scenes. And when you're ready, you can pick up your car or have it delivered. Really. Buy your car online on Auto Trader. Really.
Back to school starts now. Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
I just want to lay out kind of your interest in it, which is you're curious as why humans love this form of mental gymnastics and how puzzles actually make us better thinkers and better people. Puzzles inspire us to engage in flexible thinking, to tackle problems from new angles and perspectives, to remain curious. I was relieved to see right out of the gates you dispel this notion that doing the crossword puzzles prolongs the onset of Alzheimer's or these things. Just any mental activity is probably good for it. There's nothing unique about it.
Anything mental can help dispel and push off dementia, but puzzles to me are wonderful because it's all about curiosity and cultivating this mindset. I call it the puzzle mindset, which is just being endlessly curious about everything, which is what you two do. You have the puzzle mindset. And I think the little puzzles train us how to solve the big puzzles. So first of all, they teach us techniques, thinking backwards or thinking upside down or breaking down into chunks. There are all these hacks where you can learn how to solve problems in puzzles that apply to real life. And then the meta idea is just treating the world like a puzzle. That to me is wonderful because, I'm like, a New York liberal typical. But if I'm in a debate with someone who's a Trump supporter.
At your snake rally.
Exactly. But instead of treating that like a war, like a debate, a war of words, treat it like a puzzle. Like, what do you really disagree on? What evidence could you present to them that could make them change your mind, or vice versa? Keep an open mind, keep flexible, and be open to it. And that is, to me, the only way through. We are not going to convince people by berating them and shoving facts in their face. It's all about treating life as a puzzle, treating societal problems as a puzzle to solve. It's very solution-oriented. So that is sort of the deeper thesis of the book.
I like the idea of that, like a puzzle. Like, let's start at the end of the maze and work backwards.
Right. The other thing about that is being open, having a flexible mind, which is crucial in solving any puzzle, and having a flexible mind about what you're afraid of. Is this a good thing to be afraid of? Is this a rational thing to be afraid of? And I talk about the dark side of puzzles because if you're not flexible when solving a puzzle and you lock in on one solution, and I did this so many times. I did this in a treasure hunt. I was so convinced that it was in Central Park because one of the clues had to do with mice. And I was like, I just saw Stuart Little 2 and it was in Central Park. It's got to be in Central Park. Totally wrong. It was like in upstate New York. But anyway, if you are not flexible and lock into something, it's called apophenia and seeing a pattern where none exists. That is a huge problem. And that's what QAnon is. QAnon is a puzzle gone wrong. QAnon is these people have taken these puzzle pieces that don't fit together and say, this has got to be the solution.
And we're all creative enough, by the way, to do it. Like that's the thing. We're very creative beings, humans. And so you can find connective tissue, which is maybe not there. It happens to detectives all the time. I watch a lot of these documentaries and it's like well-intentioned detectives, they start with a premise and they shouldn't.
That's why your riddle is a good one. Like I was so locked into that it was 327 units of something. And it wasn't. Right. It was 327. And that's the same with almost every puzzle that I've tried. I talk about one of the prototypical puzzles, like, for instance, the difference between a straight-ahead problem and a puzzle that requires innovative thinking. And most problems now require innovative thinking. So a boring problem would be 25 plus 5 equals what? And it's 30. I think you knew that. I didn't want to put you on the spot.
You haven't listened to enough of this show. My favorite thing is fast math.
They're normally a little more complicated than that, but yeah.
It's nauseating.
But a more innovative puzzle would be something like 33 plus 3 equals 30. So move one number to make that statement true. It's a hard one, actually. I didn't get it.
Wait, say that again.
All right. 33 plus 3 equals 30. And you have to move one digit, one of those numbers, to make that equation true.
I can slide the numbers anywhere I want?
Yeah.
So I go 3 plus 0 equals 30. I mean, hold on. 30 plus 3 equals 30. That's it.
No, 33 plus 3 equals 30.
Yeah, so 3 plus 30 equals 33.
3 plus 30 equals 30. But that's moving 2 digits.
And you added a 0.
Well, I just swapped them. No, I swapped. Oh, it's 33.
33.
Yeah, I take the 30. I take the 0 from the answer.
Oh, from the answer.
From the answer. Are you saying I can only change in the integer?
Yeah, one integer. Exactly.
I can move one integer. 33 plus 3 equals 30. I must get this. Hold on.
Okay, that's good.
Can I write it down? Am I allowed to write it?
Of course, you should write it down.
I prefer to do it in my head, but okay, 30 3 plus 3 equals 30.
I'm not going to tell you the answer. This is not even really a hint, but I was just talking about you have to totally reconceptualize.
Can I make my guess?
Oh, good. Do it. Yeah.
I think you move I'm scared to say it. You move the one that's on top of the cross for plus and
Yeah.
make it a minus.
Well, that is exactly the kind of thing. So it's something unexpected. It's not moving a digit, but that is not the answer I'm looking for.
Okay.
But I give you whatever, a
Creative
consolation
points.
prize. Yeah.
33 plus 3.
This is sort of a hint, but not really. You have to move a digit and even change it a little. You have to change the size of the digit.
Change the size. Now, see, now I feel like we're getting into some rules that I'll be
I
be
think
pissed
like
when
maybe
it.
there's a flipping or an adding.
I have gotten a couple of pissed people.
Let me just walk you through my first instinct. It's like, oh, I got to make that a -3.
Yeah.
But I
that's
can't
a
do
good
that.
one. Right.
And I can subtract 3. And I can't use the 0 from the answer. If I could switch the 0 and the 3, it would be 33 plus 0 equals 33. But I can't swap them. I just can only move one of them.
Do you both like puzzles? Are you like escape
Love
rooms?
them.
And
Yeah.
you do.
I don't like jigsaw, but I like this kind.
There are better puzzles in the book. If you want to like table that and I can give you better puzzles, then we can do that. But
All right, hit me with the
Tell
answer.
us.
all right, what you do is you got to move the 3 up. So it's 3 to the 3rd power,
Oh.
which is 27 plus 3 equals 30. Does that make you angry?
Doesn't make me
A little
angry.
bit. A little bit. A little bit.
I was
I
hoping-
mean,
like
it,
it.
it makes sense, but it
Right.
kind of is introducing a rule.
That's true.
You're changing the meaning of the symbol in addition to moving it.
Right.
Okay, it doesn't matter. It's great. It actually is. It is. The answer at least makes sense.
Well, the point is, it's all about thinking outside of the box, which is a cliche, but a cliche that came from puzzles. You might know the original outside the box was those 9 dots.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's the puzzle with 9 dots, and you have to connect it with 4 lines. And the only way to do it is to go way outside the box.
There's a great Hollywood one I'll give you. Break a leg. What's your explanation for that? The origin?
Oh, interesting. I just thought it was like opposite day. Like you have to tell people something bad so that something good happens.
The first one I heard in order was the greatest exit in stage history was John Wilkes Booth shooting the president, then jumping off the balcony. When he landed on stage, he broke it and then he left. That was the best exit ever. I like
So
it.
they're telling you to be like John Wilkes Booth.
The other one, and I think there's even a third
I've
I'm
heard
forgetting, is the leg is what you call the rope that takes the curtains back and forth.
Ah,
So you'll get so many standing ovations that they'll have to move the curtains in and out so many times that you'll break the leg.
right. Well, I look forward to the fact check, and Monica, I'm very interested in
I have
the
a lot
out of the
to do.
box. You got a lot to do. It's weird. This book came about because I love puzzles, and I was actually working on another book for 3 months, and I was miserable, and I turned to puzzles. But the other book is all about fact checking. It was all about fact checking my
Oh.
life. Like, how do I know the world is round? How do I know my wife loves me? She says she loves me.
Wow.
And I love those phrases because all these wonderful explanations. Someone just told me that flamenco dancing was from the mating dance of flamingos. And I looked it up. It's totally not true. But it's such a wonderful story.
Yeah, I like to make up puzzles or come up with, okay, you'll like this, I think. When you were a kid, did you ever hear on the playground, like, Mamma mia, Papa Pia, baby got a diarrhea? You know that
did.
one?
I did indeed. Yeah.
Okay. So my friend Aaron and I were talking about it, and we're like, what does it mean? Where did that come from? Why does everyone know Mamma mia, Papa Pia, baby got a diarrhea?
Right.
And so what I concluded, and we are going to take a time machine if one's ever available. My hunch is that some Italians had a sick baby. They took the Italian baby to the doctor. The doctor looked at the baby. He realized there's nothing terminal going on here. And he said, Mamma mia, Papa Pia, the baby got diarrhea. And they were like, oh, thank God. And then they told many people this.
Sure.
Mamma mia, Papa Pia, baby got diarrhea.
Why would they tell their friends Mamma Mia, Papa Pia?
They're repeating what the doctor said.
Oh, the doctor
They've got a
said
great
this. Mamma
story
Mia,
to tell.
Got it.
And they basically, it became in the village, it was like, don't sweat it. It's just diarrhea based on a real event where the baby just had diarrhea. It wasn't a big deal.
So he likes to make up origin stories.
I want to get, Monica, can you fact check that? Can you figure out if that's
I
true?
will.
Well, it reminds me, in the Bible, one of the weirdest rules I ran across was in Leviticus, and it says, you can check it, it says that if two men are in a fight and the wife of one of those men grabs the testicles of the other man, then you have to cut off her hand. I was thinking, why would someone write this? And I'm guessing this guy was in a fight and the other guy's wife grabbed him by the balls and he's like, oh, this is never happening again. This is like God is going to come down and say, this will never happen again.
I love that. I'll go a step further in that in the distraction of her grabbing his balls and him turning to say, stay out of it, the man was killed. And it was a loved man in the village. And they said, this shan't ever happen again. And it got too specific, right? Like, this isn't even going to happen again. It happened then. And they're like, we got to head this off at the pass.
I think that sounds very reasonable.
Will you hit me really quick with the Japanese puzzle box builders? Because that had to be a really neat culture to just time travel to.
I went to Japan and visited like the headquarters where it all started. They're amazing. They are these wooden boxes that you have to spin or turn upside down and move all of these slats. And it's become a cult because they're beautiful. So people pay thousands of dollars, up to $50,000 for these boxes. Russian oligarchs were really into them. And Darren Aronofsky, who you may know or have had on the show.
That is crazy.
This is a simulation moment. We were interviewing someone earlier today. She had a very horrific childhood. She was 4 years old. She said, everyone was singing The Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round. And I was a little distracted. And I said, yeah, well, you'd already lived a Darren Aronofsky movie. That was hours ago.
That is crazy.
That's weird.
First time his name was ever said on the podcast, and now it's being said a second time.
Well, he is obsessed with mystery and puzzles, and he commissioned one of the great Japanese puzzle makers to make a desk that was actually 20 puzzles inside the desk. So to open the drawers, you have to solve these complicated puzzles. So, you know, if you want a stapler, it's not like the most practical. But if you want this amazing work of art, and the guy who did it is a legend, and it took him 4 years. It was like an Aronofsky movie. He almost went insane while making the desk. He talked to me about how he cut off access to all friends and hobbies, and he just obsessed about the desk. So I love that.
I mean, if you spend that much of your life on something, to hand it over.
Right. The good part is Darren is actually very nice and will tell him, like, you know, David Blaine just came over and he loves the desk. So that sustains him. He gets all of these emails about all of these amazing people who love his desk.
Oh, my gosh.
So that was the Japanese puzzle boxes. But yeah, let me just give you a couple to wrap up. I've got nothing, so, you know, I'm happy to say.
Well, no, you got to talk to yourself incessantly.
Yeah, you miss yourself, I bet. You're talking to us.
Maybe you like this type of puzzle I talk about. It's called ditloids, and it's not very popular, but I think it should be more popular. It's where you have a phrase that starts with a number, but then you're only given letters. So, for instance, 5,280 F in M. 5,280 F in M.
5,280 feet in a mile.
Exactly. So
Wait,
that's an
what?
example.
Oh, I like this. I like
Oh,
this.
cool.
So this
Okay.
might be up your alley.
Well, it obviously is because he got it immediately and didn't even know the instructions.
Oh, my God. It was exciting.
All right, you ready? Can I give you just a handful? 20,000 L under the S.
20,000 leads
Leads
under the
under the
sea.
sea?
Ding, ding,
Nice,
ding, ding,
nice.
ding.
I don't know if I
That's
really
a tie.
got it.
You got it. You got it.
52 C in a D plus 2 J's. There are also 2 J's in there.
52 cards in a deck plus 2 jokers.
Exactly.
Oh,
Nicely
my
done.
God.
Oh, this is fun. These are great.
You are good.
That's great. You are good.
These are a little harder. These I don't know if I got 31F at BR. 31F at BR.
At BR. At is the at sign?
No, just regular AT.
31 flavors at Baskin Robbins.
Wow. That was impressive.
Oh
Nicely done.
my God. Good job.
Oh,
Wow.
wow, that feels good. Fuck, hit me one
I
more
feel
time. I'm almost
stupid.
there. I'm
Well,
almost
this
not going
is
to be able to shake
weird,
anyone's
'cause-
hand tomorrow.
I literally don't remember what this one is. Oh, good good one. I missed that for a second. How about this one? 14D in an F. 14D in an F.
14 days in a fortnight. What's a
Oh my
fortnight?
God, Monica, nicely done.
Is that
You
it?
got it.
All
You got it.
Double high
Yeah,
five
yeah.
for that.
That
Yay.
is wonderful.
Hot and smart, bachelors.
So there's Ditloids for you.
Those are fun.
How do I spell ditloids? I got to look this up. D-I.
Ditloids. There are other names for it, but I'm a fan. That's what I love, finding all these weird genres
Fucking
that I didn't know
14
about.
days in a fortnight, girl.
Nicely done.
Ooh.
Nicely done.
31 flavors.
I hope you're not on your mens. I just smacked your hand.
Luckily, no. We got a couple weeks.
That was really fun. Ditloids.
Guys, get this book. I'm so excited to dive in.
Let me hit you with the punchline. There is a hidden puzzle within the book, cumulatively.
Really?
And the first reader who cracks it or figures it out will be given $10,000.
Wait, really?
10,000 real dollars. That is true. I didn't want to be a total dick. And also, I think there's some legal issues. So I didn't want people to have to buy the book to enter the contest. So the hidden code is actually in the introduction to the book, which is online for free. So you can
That's
look at it on
nice.
thepuzzlerbook.com. Hopefully you like the intro so much you're like, oh, I got to buy this. But even if you don't, that's where the code is. And once you find the passcode, you put it into the box on thepuzzler.com and it opens into this wild bunch of really fascinating hard puzzles that I didn't write. These are great puzzles by Greg Pliska and a bunch of other people.
It's so cool. And I literally, when I read that, I thought, well, ethically, I am not even allowed to think of this because I have an advanced copy. This is already unfair. So we already have to rule out people who got advanced copies.
that's-
No one can win before this airs or you give out the website. And now this is getting so complicated. The lawyers are making overtime.
Your version actually, I think, is missing the secret code. So
Oh, no.
Oh,
Well, that's great.
I'm
We'll
sorry.
go buy it when it
Also,
comes out.
thanks for telling me that so I didn't kill myself trying to find a fucking
Seriously.
code that's not there.
can I tell you one of my favorite puzzles that I talk about in the book is in the Baltimore Sun last year. They had a spot the difference puzzle, and it was a picture of two boys brushing their teeth, and they had to print a correction the next day. We are very sorry that the spot the difference pictures were actually the identical pictures.
Oh.
And there are all these people who just
There's
spent
probably 3 or
hours.
4 suicides that night.
That's how I felt with Wordle the other day. There was a very obscure Wordle, and I was like, people around the country are pissed. They're pissed today.
Yeah, comment on the zeitgeisty phenomena of Wordle.
I'm a big fan. And actually, the book had closed when Wordle hit. I opened the book up again and inserted the word Wordle. At night, I do the Times crossword and Wordle. So Wordle is in the book, one word. But I am a huge fan. I like it. I think it's, like we said, it's a good uniting, like on my Twitter
Agreed.
feed, instead of vitriol and uninformed opinion. There are people like, oh, I got this on Wordle. And I also love the creativity of the Wordle spin-offs, like Loodle, where
I
it's
know.
like boner is one
Dirty
of the answers.
words.
Ooh, I
Yeah.
like that. This is so exciting and fun. I have 2 last questions. One, is there a puzzler stereotype? Like, first, I would imagine you'd have to be, I don't want to use the word smart, but
Creative thinker.
Right.
here's my least generous assessment I could give, knee jerk. Well, everyone that loves puzzles is fucking beating off on how smart they are. They want to constantly be proving how smart they are. It's so goddamn important to them to have some data that they're smart. So that would be like my least charitable.
Yeah. No, that is the worst kind of puzzler. Puzzlers should not be used to show off. They should be used, like I said, for curiosity and fun. And of course, the stereotype is like very nerdy people. But you know, you like escape rooms. You are not nerdy. Oh, can I say one last thing that is a bad, I wouldn't say stereotype because it's true, but apparently in my research, I found at almost every escape room, there's this one guy who's famous for coming in every week with a different woman and pretending it's his first time at the escape room.
to impress.
Wow, you know how to, the NATO alphabet, so I guess I do want to have sex with you. I guess
Oh,
is
wow.
the thinking there. But that's a bad stereotype. So most people I found in the puzzler community, super nice, yes, nerdy, but good nerdy.
I'll pay a waiter to come over and drop the hardware store riddle on a group of new people, and then I'll solve it really quick. I've never done that, but that should be a move of mine. And then I would love it if you could take us out with a riddle. Do you have another riddle up your sleeve?
I do. Hold on.
So yes, your book, which is so fun. I think even if you're not a puzzler, you'll love it. The Puzzler. One man's quest to solve the most baffling puzzles ever, from crosswords to jigsaws to the meaning of life. The Puzzler. You've got to get this book. Okay, take us out strong. Oh, wait, we teased it.
Oh, yeah, you got to.
So here's a riddle that I decided what was right.
He made this up.
I made this up.
This has like multiple
But
answers.
presents it
Okay.
as if it's a real riddle.
Yep, I know the right answer. You are in a cage, an 8 by 8 by 8 by 8 by 8 cage. There is a male lion in the corner. It's sleeping, and you have 30 seconds before it wakes up. What do? You cannot get out of the cage.
Is there someone else in the cage you could throw at them?
Nope. No, yeah, right. Just get them full.
That
It's
was a
just
good
you.
guess.
You're naked. You have no tools. It's just you.
And you're in an 8 by 8 cage, and the lion is asleep.
Thank you for treating this so
He's
sincerely.
thinking of
yeah.
it in
Oh,
a
no,
real
this is
riddle
very
way.
important. This is very
It
important.
is. You may find yourself in this position.
I mean, I'm guessing this is not the answer because it's not a very, fun or creative answer. It's like, to try to put the lion in a chokehold and just like, choke it out.
I like that approach.
I wouldn't say that would qualify as a riddle.
Please don't get hung up on that portion.
Okay. Do you want to know what you do?
Yes, I do.
You immediately pluck its eyeballs out. You can do that very easily. But you don't sever them. You let them stay connected so that when he awakes, he'll be staring down at the ground. It'll be so disorienting for him. And then you have to immediately put your finger in your butt and rub it in his nose so that he also will be
That's a
rendered
new part you
useless.
added.
I know I added that one recently. That way it can't use its power of smell, and it will have no sight. And then you crawl up, you get high in the cage, and you try to wait it out.
That is an interesting riddle.
It's not a riddle. It's Dax trying to tell people how to escape from a lion.
No, wait. Is there really a riddle there, or that was it?
No.
Yeah, that's the only way you could possibly survive. So there's one answer. You have to admit it's a pretty good strategy.
It is one I have never heard before. I've never heard that riddle. No one has ever come up with that.
Yeah, you hadn't even heard the fingers up
Yeah,
the butt
that was
part.
brand new. And I've
yeah.
heard that quote riddle.
Yeah, because someone
a lot.
pointed out that they could be able to smell you, even though their eyes were disoriented. Okay.
Okay, I'm actually not a huge Hobbit fan, but I know most people are. So this one, we can end on like a more like profound note.
Ooh.
No offense, it's not ripping the eyeballs and sticking the finger up the butt.
So it can't save your life, this riddle, is
It's
what
a
you
little
just said.
more, this too shall pass. It's a little more like that, it sounds like.
That's why I chose it. It's along the lines of this too shall pass. So this thing, all things devours, birds, beasts, trees, flowers. It gnaws iron, bites seed, grinds hard stones to meal. It slays kings. It ruins towns and beats down high mountains. So what is that?
I know it.
Not jealousy.
No.
Human?
And it's not an onion.
Is that your guess? Is that your final guess?
I guess.
Time.
Fuck.
It's time. There you go.
She said humans. I like that too.
Nah. Time is the more profound answer.
It is. No one beats time.
Yeah.
But yeah, humans do slay kings and they strip mine mountains. So I accept it. I'm unlike most puzzle people. I like multiple answers.
People say that about you. They say, AJ, he's a good man. He'll accept nearly any answer to a riddle.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah, this was a really, really fun episode. I hope everyone checks out The Puzzler. If you do a second edition of this, you can use the lion riddle. It's bulletproof.
Excellent. I will give you full credit, though.
There's only one answer, and everyone will agree, except for Monica and you and everyone else I've told it to. AJ, thanks so much for being with us. This was a blast.
Thank you. I had a blast as well. So it was a true honor.
And hi to your wife, and thank her for listening to both the Trader Joe's podcast and ours. Be well, my friend. That was so great. I can't wait for your next book.
Well, thank you. And I can't wait for the fact checking. I love the fact checking portion.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we'll get into it.
All right, be good.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
And now my favorite part of the show, the fact check with my soulmate, Monica Padman.
We get support from Skims. Oh man, do I love Skims. I've been living in the Skims lightweight cotton collection all summer, and I have to tell you, getting dressed has become so easy. I just throw it on. It just feels right immediately, whether I'm grabbing coffee or I'm on the couch all day or I'm out, even going to dinner. The cotton is so lightweight and breathable, which in this heat is a non-negotiable. The cotton jersey t-shirt, I just need everyone to know about this one. This one hugs in all the right places. It's very soft and it still looks and fits the same after months of washing, which is very hard to do, I feel, with t-shirts. I've been wearing the black cotton jersey t-shirt with basically everything all summer long. It goes great with any patterned skirt or shorts or pants. I mean, anything truly. I believe that's probably my favorite piece from the cotton collection, but they also have great lightweight cotton thongs that are so comfortable and they're cute. That is a very, very hard mix to achieve, especially with undergarments. I feel if you can find some that are cute, but also comfortable and do the job, that is a win. And Skims has really, really figured that out with the lightweight cotton collection. Shop Skims Cotton and all of my favorite pieces at skims.com. After you place your order, be sure to let them know we sent you. Select podcast in the survey and be sure to select Armchair Expert in the drop-down menu that follows.
This is fun because this is a time travel fact check.
This is a time travel fact.
Travel.
Yes. So occasionally we'll have a guest. They will ask, can you hold it for a couple weeks or 3 weeks? And you're pretty accommodating, I'll say.
I try to make everyone happy.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do. You do a great job of it. So this was one of these cases where we actually recorded the fact check for this 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, a few weeks ago.
Something like that, a few weeks ago. But we liked the fact check. We were going to re-record it because it's...
It's not timely.
Well, we didn't know the results of the election even.
Right.
Yeah. So, just forgive us. We don't know a lot of things about present day life.
Which is hopefully fun for you.
Yeah, well, you can laugh at our ignorance. But we're going to keep it anyway. So it's a little dated, but who gives a shit? Are you tired? What time did you wake up?
8.
Okay.
It's not bad.
I woke up all weekend. We were at a wedding. And I woke up all weekend at 7 a.m.
Why?
So I'm used to it from taking the kids to school.
Copy.
7 a.m., wide awake. And then Sunday, I was exhausted. Boy, was I exhausted.
It was a hefty
It
weekend.
was a hefty weekend. And then, so what I did is I slept, because it's spring break for the kids. I don't have to take them to school.
Yeah,
I slept till 9:20 this morning.
that's lovely.
And I woke up with a level of gratitude for having slept that long. It had to be 9.5 hours I got last night. Maybe 10.
Maybe 12.
Maybe 22 hours I got last night. And I just woke up feeling like, oh my God, I got money in the bank.
That's fun.
Fuel in the tank. It was great. I'm a little tired though because of it. You know how that
Sometimes you
happens?
oversleep.
Yeah, you get a little tired.
Yeah. So yes, we were at a really fun wedding. One of our closest, 2 of our very, very close friends. And then they also did a beach day on Sunday.
Right.
So big weekend and then beach day. And it was hot.
Yeah,
It was hot.
you bet. And a beach day is enough on a weekend. Like if
Yeah.
you do nothing on Saturday and you do a beach day on Sunday, it was
It's
a big weekend.
yeah.
Big weekend. But you do rehearsal on Friday, you do bowling, then you do wedding,
Yeah.
reception, dancing.
Dancing, queens.
How late did you go Saturday night? I hear some people went pretty late.
Yeah, so the wedding ended at 11. It was at, shout out, Calamigos Ranch. Beautiful venue.
What a nice venue.
For people who might be confused, yes, I had 2 weddings 2 weekends in a row.
Yeah, it is confusing.
Both were just top notch. It's hard to do.
It is.
It's really hard to pull off, and everyone did it. I'm so impressed. So the wedding ended at 11, and then, of course, there's talk of, okay, what next?
What
Where
now?
will we go? what to do. Do we go to the lobby? Do we go to the spa bar? But then it was like, spa bar is probably closed. Oh, no, wait. Spa bar is open till 12.
Yay!
Yeah, so there's lots of back and forth. During this back and forth, of course, my feet hurt.
Okay, because you're in heels.
Yes, and I think I'm done for the evening. A great evening, and I feel done now.
Yeah, you're a little mouse.
And our friend Amy, sweetest angel on earth,
The nicest.
was like, "You're not leaving." And
Okay.
she stole the phone out of my hand and ran off.
Oh, my God.
Great move.
Yes, because you without your phone.
What am I going to do? I
Yeah.
have to have it.
That's right.
Yeah.
You're going wherever you need to go to get that thing back.
So I was like, oh my God. Okay, well, minimally, I have to go track down wherever Amy is and grab my phone back. But in the meantime, we're getting lots of disinformation. Okay, spa bar, lobby, Amy and Ryan's room, spa bar again, lobby.
Yeah.
So it's all over the place. Finally, Amy meets back up. She says, I'm sorry, I immediately felt bad.
Of course. She can't even do a prank without feeling bad. She's so good.
Ding, ding, ding. We're going to have to talk about your prank in a minute.
Oh, I know. It's earmarked.
So got my phone back, went to my room. So I probably was back at the room at like 11:45.
Okay, so on the earlier side for that group.
That's right, because I think that the party fully wrapped up around 3.
3 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have the stamina anymore for that kind of thing.
No, I get too tired. I'm impressed by those who can do it.
All right, let's get right into the prank. So just to remind people, you lost your credit card in your yard at your new house.
I immediately canceled it before looking for it.
Immediately canceled it. Then our mutual neighbor brought it to my house because they know I know you. And then I had your credit card. So then I brought it to you. You said, oh, I don't even need it because I canceled it.
Yeah.
So then I went in the house that day. I threw it in my closet. And then my sister saw on Friday that your credit card was laying in my closet.
Uh-huh.
So she brought it to the wedding.
Oh, that's how it happened. Okay.
Yes. So
Sweet Carly.
the sweetest. So she brought the credit card, and now I have the credit card at the reception. So I'm like, this is going to be great. So I see you're coming from across the thing, and it seems like you're coming.
Congratulate you for
Oh.
officiating and doing a very good job.
Thank you so much. And I threw it on the ground before you got there. And what's great is you didn't see it when you stepped up, and you stepped right over it. So it was literally under your dress.
You were like, what's that? Is that yours?
Yeah.
And I looked down and I was so confused.
It was your credit card.
It was my credit card. And I was like, oh my God, I did it again. Like, I dropped my new credit
And
card.
where would it have been in your dress?
Exactly. And then also, my immediate thought is, how am I going to get out? Dax is going to be so mad and annoyed that I
hate
just
that you have
can't
those-
keep control of myself, that I'm just throwing my credit card willy-nilly everywhere.
I don't know why you have those thoughts. Like, we had a whole thing about your credit card, but I just found it amusing that you didn't walk back to look for it. I didn't dislike you,
No.
and I wasn't disappointed
I
in
know,
you.
I just don't like to give you reasons to not like me.
Okay.
And that could have been one.
Well, I
So-
permanently like you, so just know. Okay.
And then I picked it up. I just stared at it for a second. And then second wave of confusion, because I did know, like, that's old because of the
Number.
expiration date.
Oh, the expiration date. So that's what bummed me out is I thought the prank could go on for a little longer. I thought it had more legs because I was acting really confused where were you holding that?
Yeah.
Which is what I would do. I'm a pervert. So I'd be like, what, are you keystering that thing? Where was it? But you pretty soon noticed it was the wrong date.
Yeah.
Okay. So I got it back.
You got it back.
I got it back.
Yep.
Then a little later in the reception, I saw that you were engaged in a pretty deep conversation with one of our previous guests, Natalie Portman.
That's right.
And I walked by and I just slid the credit card on the table you were both leaning
Uh-huh.
on. And then I walked away. I didn't even get to witness this.
So I'm in the middle of talking to Natalie and her husband, Benjamin. And all of a sudden, Liz, another... It got so convoluted.
Oh my God, I love it.
Liz, a groomswoman. Monica, your credit card. Don't forget.
Wonderful. Oh my God, that's even better. Okay.
Your credit card. I just don't want you to lose it.
Yeah, now you feel like
And
you're
this
reckless.
fucking credit card. Yes, because again, yes, I was like, wait, did I take it back and now I've lost it again? And then, I look over and Natalie's kind of looking at me like, oh, yeah, like, don't lose
You're
that.
irresponsible.
Yes. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, no, this is a prank. And then I had to tell her the whole thing, and I'm sure she didn't care. And then
Oh.
you You got it again.
The crescendo.
Also,
So that was.
why did I give it back to you?
I think I was getting it from you. I don't think you ever willingly or knowingly gave it back to me, but like in the midst of reporting what
Sure.
just happened, I would get it back. So then now's the next day.
Yep.
I had low expectations. What I was going to do is just throw it in front of your hotel door. That was my plan. That's why I had it on me, right?
Yeah.
So it's the next day. I'm walking across this huge place to go sign the wedding documents
Yep.
to make it official. I don't know what you're up to. It's like 10:30 the next day. So I'm going to throw it in front of your door, and then I knock, and then if I hear footsteps, I'm going to run away.
Okay.
I knock, I don't hear any footsteps, so I'm like, well, I don't want to leave it here because I don't really know if you can misconstrue,
Yeah,
whatever.
smart.
Okay.
Thank
So I
you.
grab it, I'm like, oh, fuck, that didn't work. I'm actually kind of disappointed. So I walk for about 5-10 more minutes across this campus, and there's a point on the campus where I'm up high.
You're on
I'm
like a balcony.
I'm on a balcony. It's like the change of the earth is such that you're on the ground floor, but then you got to walk down these long stairs and be in the parking lot of the place. Well, by God, I turn the corner, and from the bird's eye view, I see you, Molly, and Jess are all walking across, leaving a restaurant. And I'm like, oh my God, yes. I throw it over the fucking railing of this thing. There happens to be
I
a
can't
hotel
believe it.
employee that I can't even see him. He's like out of sight from me. He's like sucked up against the wall. So I don't even see that he's in the mix. He sees a credit card on the ground.
Does he see a credit card fall from the sky? Like,
I don't know what he saw, but the most important thing is he picks up the credit card right as you guys are walking next to him.
he says, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am. And I'm not obviously paying any attention, so I'm very unobservant. I'm walking. He really has to scream for me. Ma'am, is this your credit card? And I look over, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. And every time it happened, I thought I did it. Like every single time for at least 5 seconds, I'm like, how did I do this again? Oof.
Oh my God. The fact that a stranger was handing you your credit card in the middle of nowhere, I'm nowhere to be seen.
I know.
It couldn't have been better. Man, that made my whole day.
It was very, very funny. I have my credit card back, so I doubt this can happen again.
Oh, we'll
But
see, won't we? And do you have your credit card back?
I don't know. There's a good chance I've lost it.
Holy shit. But what a great weekend. Beautiful, fun weekend.
Great weekend. Full of pranks. You officiated. You did a beautiful job.
Thank you so
You
much.
talked about the aliens.
Yeah, looking at us little humans.
Yeah, and I also previously talked about the aliens in Callie's wedding. We didn't even talk about it, but we talk about it all the time. That's why.
Right.
I did that at Callie's because it's a special thing to talk about, I think. But also because Max is obsessed with space.
Oh my God, what a dingles.
Yeah, it is a ding, ding, ding. And because their rehearsal dinner was the theme that no one knew except special people was Space Garden.
Oh my God, there was an Easter egg at the.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, so you did a beautiful job.
Oh, thank you.
Ryan and I had the pleasure of emceeing that wedding. That was a new experience.
You
it
did
was
a
fun.
great job emceeing. You were
was-
nervous about it, and you were fucking the life of the party.
Thanks.
Yeah, you did a great job.
Okay, let's get into some puzzle facts.
Yeah, okay.
That's a ding, ding, ding because it was Laura's wedding, and Laura is the puzzler.
Queen puzzler.
She does insane jigsaw puzzles. She does a crossword every day.
The princess of puzzles.
That's right.
That's what they call her.
That's what they call her.
POP. A little other quick thing I want to add. So we had to be there for pictures at 3:30, and I
Okay.
did not want to hold anyone up on this weekend.
Right.
So I'm about to walk out the door. I button my pants, which, mind you, this tux I'm in was tailored to me 10 years ago at 185.
Oh, wow.
And I'm 210.
Okay.
I button it, boom, it fucking blows.
Oh, shit.
And I'm looking at it and I'm like, I can't pull this off. Like, it's so obvious.
Oh, no.
My pants are open. There's no belt in a tux, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? And Kristen's not there. No one's there. I found the sewing kit and I sewed the button back on in record speed. And we
You
were the first
did?
ones at the pictures.
I am impressed.
Thank you.
You sewed the button back on and then you were able to button it back?
Yes, it held all night. It's sturdy as shit. I tons of knots, lots of back and forth.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Amazing.
I bet I could have that button back on in 5 minutes.
I'm impressed.
So it went from I'm dead, the whole weekend's ruined, I can't officiate this wedding, to I've persevered.
Good job.
Pronounce that word for me.
Persevered.
Persevere. Persevered, not okay.
Persevered.
Okay.
Yeah. Good
That's-
job.
thanks.
Proud of you. One thing that was a big misstep, though, I was going to
On my
remind
end.
you. Yeah. I was going to
Uh-oh.
remind you, but then I forgot. So it's a misstep on my part, too.
Okay, there's a lot of blame to share here.
Sure. When we had Jessica Biel on, you said you were going to put in a special word in the ceremony.
Get the fuck out, I did.
Yeah, and I forget what the word
did
was.
she
It's like
remember
phlegm or lightning.
Was it mayonnaise?
I don't think it was mayonnaise, but it was.
That sounds like me.
No, it was something totally random like that where it would pop out.
Yeah, jarring.
Pop out.
Ruin their wedding, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if she remembered, but you didn't do it.
I didn't do it,
You put the wedding first.
unfortunately. Because you can't remember the word, you really can't make the claim you're
I
making.
know. I do know. I mean, I don't know the word, but I do know. And it was like hippopotamus. It was like something so crazy. We specifically said it has to be something so absurd that everyone, we, the three of us, would know in the moment.
Yep, but to quote Christopher Hitchens, which did write some problematic things, but your claim in the absence of facts, my dismissal requires no facts. So if your claim has no facts, my dismissal of your claim doesn't require facts.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's a neat logic.
Well, someone I'm sure in Armchair will comment what that word was and let us know. Okay, AJ. Okay, the HBO show with the alternative universe where Charles Lindbergh was president is, oh my God, it just went into this folder.
Oh, what does that mean?
I don't
How do you
know.
get to that folder with your pencil in your tray?
Ah, what's happening?
Oh, no. Oh, we're going to get to see one of Monica's
This is
tantrums.
annoying.
This will be a first, a real-time tantrum. Move your body around a little bit when
No.
you
Found it.
leave it in. Oh. Found it. So what does say the thing that the Olsen twins say?
They say, "You got it, dude."
There we go. I was trying to remember it the other day because the girls were watching a couple of their movies.
They always do it with this thumbs up. You got it, dude.
Double thumbs up.
Yeah.
Oh my
Or is
God.
it one? I don't remember.
Maybe you're confused because they each have a thumb.
Yeah, that was like the cool part about it. Like it was only one twin at a time, but when they thumbs up, it was two of them.
That was the only time they acknowledged
Yeah.
it there. Okay.
Okay, Plot Against America is the HBO show. It was in 2020. Charles Lindbergh was president.
Charles Lindbergh, as I recall, his kid was kidnapped and died. That's one big thing about him.
Oh no.
Yeah, the whole Lindbergh trial or something. But the other thing is I think he was a major anti-Semite.
Yeah.
He was
a
like,
Nazi show, I think.
okay.
Yeah, the whole point is that he was saying there was a show, that show was filming and then they were screaming about Nazis on the
Oh,
street, of the
right.
streets of New York.
Right.
An alternate American history during World War II is told through the eyes of a working-class Jewish family in New Jersey as they endure the political rise of Charles Lindbergh, who captures the presidency and turns the nation towards fascism.
Wow.
Ed Burns,
Ooh.
program creator.
I think they say like Lindbergh, he was the most famous man in the world. And then the Lindbergh baby that was kidnapped was like the biggest story of the day.
It was the biggest baby of the day.
It was the world's biggest baby.
Shouldn't laugh about it because it was a kidnapping.
Shouldn't, and I think the baby died.
Oh,
Sorry.
God, spoiler.
Spoiler.
Are turkeys indigenous to North America?
Great question.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes, they are.
There's one in here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, come closer. You can get on the mic.
They're indigenous to this attic.
Yeah.
Domestic turkeys come from the wild turkey. I'm not going to read this genus and species.
Yeah, you don't need to.
A species that is native only to the Americas. The domesticated turkey of today bears little resemblance to their wild ancestors. Turkeys are a native North American bird. That's all I want to say.
Okay, great. My guess is that they're probably somewhere in the order of 5 times as heavy as they were before we started genetically interfering and selectively breeding them to be bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Like something like the chicken breast is something, it's like 10 times bigger than
I
that.
know,
Yeah.
and that's why adolescents are,
Have titties.
yes,
Yeah.
they look so mature because of the antibiotics.
We've heard that.
That's what we've heard, and I
Yeah.
choose to believe it
Okay.
because When I remember kids in my middle school and like just 10 years after that, everyone looks old.
Okay. Well, I don't know if I believe it. I'm just going to say that I don't know that.
Hormones.
Yeah, I don't know if that. I just want to say, because that's a very big lobby.
You don't have to know,
industry.
but I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm just kidding. I don't know, but I do.
It seems plausible.
It seems
is what
plausible.
we should say.
It seems very plausible. I mean, kids are getting their periods early.
People say all this, but man, when I was in junior high, there were a ton of girls with big boobs.
I know. I got my period
there
when I was 12.
Several people that were pregnant and left 8th grade. You know, I don't know how much earlier. it
8th
could've-
grade?
Yeah.
Several people?
Mhm.
That's rare.
Well, I lived in a, backwater.
Yeah. I was 12, so I was
When you had a baby?
when I had my first menses.
Oh.
My what's it called? The first
Flies.
one?
Oh.
What does it say?
You call it your flies.
Oh, the first
my
time the flies.
The first migration.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah. But no, it
Like locusts.
it is called something, but
Oh, your first menstrual cycle has
Yeah.
its own name?
yeah.
Oh.
Menarche. I don't know. MENARCHE.
I think it's menarche.
Menarche?
Menarche.
Bussin' Menarche.
Oh my god. Okay.
Monarchy. Well, that's malarkey. That's your first mens.
Probably. That's only your first month. That's malarkey.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we were talking about the turkeys in relation to Thanksgiving. Was there turkeys at the first Thanksgiving? Was there a cornucopia? Okay, there's an NPR article that obviously came from their,
Trusted news source.
that's right, about the first Thanksgiving. I'm going to read a little bit.
Yeah, do it.
How long was the first Thanksgiving dinner? It wasn't just a dinner. It lasted 3 days. Who was there? About 50 pilgrims came, plus 90 Wampanoag,
Okay.
plus 90 Wampanoag Indians. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. About 2 of every 3 people there were Wampanoag. Maybe that's why in the middle of the party, the English took out their muskets and, quote, exercised arms.
Oh, Jesus. This just took a turn. First, I was like, oh, this is nice. You keep hearing that this didn't happen. And then, oh, it happened. Uh-oh.
It happened, but it got really bad. Yeah.
Oh, it got violent?
Well, exercised arms means shooting.
Is that what it means? Or does it mean like putting it on the table, just like reminder? I know we're outnumbered 3-1, but we have these.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me keep reading. Okay, so the writer of this, Andrew Bears, about 2 of every 3 people there were Wampanoag. Maybe that is why in the middle of the party, the English took out their muskets and, quote, exercised arms, which Bears says was probably target practice, their subtle way of saying, guess who's got the firepower here? You were right.
Okay, great.
So they didn't kill a bunch of people. I like
They just
that.
reminded them, like, hey, we can shoot these targets.
Yeah, they flexed. Why is it a family event? Were there ladies there? Probably not.
Get them out of there.
The only eyewitness account mentions some 90 men. This was a political gathering. The Wampanoags and the Pilgrims were cementing a military alliance. The first Thanksgiving was mostly a guys-only event where the English
Sausage
women...
party. That's what we should eat on Thanksgiving. Is fucking
Oh my God,
sausage.
seriously. Where the English women were likely doing the bulk of the cooking.
Duh. Yeah.
Was it held indoors around a big table? No. The first Thanksgiving was probably held outdoors, including the meals. The English houses were too small to get everyone inside. Did they eat turkey? We don't think so.
Oh.
The Wampanoag guests brought 5 deer with them, so venison was on the menu.
Sure.
The English brought fowl, probably migrating waterfowl like ducks and geese, which were plentiful in the autumn.
Greasy birds.
Governor William Bradford does mention taking turkeys that year, but not in connection to the harvest celebration.
Okay.
How about cranberries? Sorry. If anyone at the gathering ate cranberries, it definitely wasn't as a sweet sauce. Sweet cranberries need maple syrup, an ingredient that wasn't plentiful till 60 years later. The Wampanoag often ate the berries raw or else in boiled or ash roasted corn cakes. Was there a cornucopia at the first Thanksgiving? There's no formal record of a cornucopia appearing there.
Okay. I mean, where the fuck did the Horn of Plenty come from then?
Thanksgiving cornucopia meaning why is the Horn of Plenty a symbol of Thanksgiving?
Is it the basket they carried the harvest in as they collected, and it's a symbol of harvest?
What is the history of the Thanksgiving cornucopia? The word cornucopia is derived from 2 Latin words, cornu, meaning horn, and copia, meaning plenty. A frequent presence in Greek and Roman folklore, the overflowing cornucopia was often depicted as a symbolic accessory carried by gods and goddesses like Hercules, Fortuna.
Stacked full of fish.
It was first described as an actual animal, quote, horn taken from Amalthea, the goat nurse of Zeus. According to the ancient Greeks, baby Zeus was being cared for and fed by Amalthea when he broke off one of her horns, which
too
began to
strong.
emit a constant supply of food for him. That's how this horn of plenty first came to symbolize prosperity, wealth, and abundance.
Oh, so it has nothing to do with harvest.
It's a Greek thing.
Also, poor baby Zeus didn't know his own strength. Wah.
It's not. You should be sad for Amalthea.
I am, ish.
No, you're sad for
What a dum-dum. Zeus.
Zeus. I guess was like the first mice of men. Lenny.
Oh, Lenny.
Megalith.
Megalith. Have I sang my song on here that I made up about Gino's Pizza?
I'm not sure. Go ahead.
Okay, I sing it all the time for the family, and now the kids sing it too.
Okay.
It goes like this. Gino's Pizza tastes really yummy if you eat it really quickly.
What's Gino's Pizza?
Exactly. I think it's a frozen pizza. I actually love it, but I'm making a joke that if you don't eat it quick.
Sure.
Right? So Gino's Pizza tastes really yummy if you eat it really quickly.
Okay, snake handling. He said he went to Tennessee or Kentucky. He couldn't remember. And I don't know.
Yeah, who
because I was like, oh, maybe it's only in one state, but it's not.
It's all over the place.
Well, it's not. It's just found in the Appalachia area.
Okay.
Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Kentucky, North Carolina, Tennessee, West Virginia, South Carolina. I never, growing up in Georgia,
Witnessed.
fell upon snake handling. Thank God I hate snakes.
I think it's interesting when the preacher gets bit by the rattlesnakes, which happens. You read about it once a year. And then they all got to watch this guy kind of succumb to,
Yeah, and it's like
or whatever.
Manicore, where they have to make an excuse.
Yes. That maybe someone was on their period inside the church or something. Like someone else's fault that was impure.
Exactly.
Having their monarchy. And then this poor preacher who's handling rattlesnakes.
This is exciting. When you were a clue in the New York Times, that was September 14th, 2018.
Oh, wow.
That was a Friday.
I was a Friday clue.
That's right.
Okay, so I wasn't very popular. He was nice. He made it a Thursday, which wasn't true. I think he said it was
didn't
a
remember.
Thursday.
Okay. Apophenia. That's seeing a pattern where none exists.
We need to know that word.
That's right. What can we do to remember it?
I don't know. I was just trying to think of a trick, but I'm scared. Apo means apathetic. I can apathetic. That means I don't care. That doesn't help me.
This doesn't, yeah.
Apoplectic.
Okay, apoplectic a little closer because seeing a pattern where none exists often can make you
Crazy.
apoplectic. You
'Cause
know,
I'm a fiend.
APA, is the name of my dentists.
Well, no. They're in the APA.
No. APA Dentistry is what the place is called.
Oh, my God. Okay, great.
Great job.
You're
over there.
such a good steward of their brand
Apophenia. We're going to know that because that comes up in our lives a lot.
all the time.
Thinking outside the box origin, he said puzzle with dots, and you said you thought maybe it was a different one, but I'm seeing puzzle with dots.
Okay, great.
Break a leg origin. I found a new one.
Oh, okay.
So there's so many, and we don't know what the real one is, but there are a lot. Okay, but this is a fun one. The term break a leg may be traced back to the Elizabethan language. To, quote, break a leg in Shakespeare's time meant literally to bow by bending at the knee.
This is the one that Keckner told me.
Oh, really?
Remember I said I couldn't think of a third one?
Oh.
That was it.
Since a successful actor would, quote, break a leg on stage and receive applause, the phrase would in effect be a wish for good luck. But there's so many. Let's see. On Wikipedia.
This is too much, but this is an improv exercise. Could
Okay.
you make two up and read a real one?
Oh, shit.
That's hard. I know it's a huge challenge.
I'm not sure I have that energy after my
that's-
tantrum. I'm
yeah.
sorry. I wish I
tantrum.
could. I wish I
Yeah,
could.
that's okay. And then I would have apophenia trying to find the pattern.
Theatrical origins, okay?
Okay.
Popular but implausible theories. The performer bowing. The term break a leg may refer to a performer bowing or curtsying to the audience in the metaphorical sense of bending one's leg to do so. So that's what we just heard, and they're saying that's probably not right.
Okay.
The performer breaking the leg line. The edge of a stage just beyond the vantage point of the audience forms a line, imaginary or actually marked, that can be referred to as the leg line, named after a type of concealing stage curtain, a leg. For an unpaid standby performer to cross or, quote, break this line would mean that the performer was getting an opportunity to go on stage and be paid. Therefore, quote, break a leg might have shifted from a specific hope for this outcome to a general hope for any performer's good fortune. During a performance of Shakespeare's Richard III, the famed 18th century British actor David Garrick became so entranced in the performance that he was supposedly unaware of a literal fracture in his leg.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. That's good.
Whoa, I just got an email from AJ Jacobs.
Oh my ding, ding, ding.
That's crazy. Various folk theories propose that Elizabethan or even ancient Greek theatrical audience either stomped their literal legs or banged chair legs to express applause.
Oh.
Okay.
Rowdy.
Last one.
Here we go.
John Wilkes Booth.
There we go.
One popular but false etymology derives
False?
the phrase from the 1865 assassination of Abraham Lincoln, during which John Wilkes Booth, the actor turned assassin, claimed in his diary that he broke his leg leaping to the stage of Ford's Theater after murdering the president. The fact that actors did not start wishing each other to break a leg until as early as the 1920s, more than 50 years later, makes this an unlikely source. Furthermore, Booth often exaggerated and falsified his diary entries to make them more dramatic.
He did have a broken leg. There's a great book I read about the succeeding 10 days where they hunted him. And he had a fucking broken leg. So that part's real. Also, just because it was 50 years later, fuck that. If that's their logic, then the ones that started in Elizabethan times couldn't possibly have made it 300 years. So in fact, if that's their logic, that the closer you are to the incident, more relevant, then that's the most relevant, the most likely.
Wait, what?
Their proof for why that couldn't be is because it happened 50 years before it became a popular saying in the 1920s. Well, all the previous explanations they gave happened 300 years before 1920. So they've introduced a logic that they've sinfully broken. Do you follow that?
Yeah. I don't care.
Okay, that's fair.
Because we'll never know.
We won't, but I just am furious with their logic.
I get that. But it's Wikipedia. One person probably
Yeah.
wrote that, and then another person
Another
wrote...
person decided it wasn't John Wilkes Booth.
Yeah. It could have been, and that would be great. And none of them on here is the curtain draw, which I have also heard.
Yeah. So write that in and say that's the one.
I need to write that in.
Say the first leg broke in 1990 because this actor had so many standing ovations. The curtain went up and down so many times the leg broke. The preceding year it became a popular phrase.
Yeah. And we know because of the timeline.
Yeah.
That's how we know.
And that's why it can't be Elizabethan.
Okay, I wrote down at facts. Origin, Mama Mia, Papa Pia, baby got a diarrhea.
Did you find out?
No.
Okay.
You're going to have to use your time machine, and then you can report back. Darren Aronofsky. So that was crazy because we had talked about him, then he came up again. Ding, 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 Sim. Crazy. But you said, first time his name's ever been said on this show, and it's been twice in one day.
Not true. I'm just remembering.
Natalie.
Yep. Because I wanted to know what the process was like.
We definitely talked about him on Natalie
Of
Portman's
course.
episode.
Black
Ding,
Swan.
ding, ding, weddings.
Fucking dingles up the rear on this one.
Woo!
Sim's so lazy. You can see it all. By the way, Vito Skyma, we've recognized a pattern that may or may not be there.
Oh, my God.
Philadelphia.
Apophenia. You know what? The dentist thing worked for me.
Oh, it did. APA. Wonderful.
Apophenia.
It did not, as you heard.
That's all right. I like that it might be called something different every day.
It would be very on brand with what the thing means.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
it's a
see.
puzzle within a puzzle. That was such a fun episode, and I want to do more puzzles.
Me too. I was crosswording pretty hard this weekend.
Can you start presenting me with a riddle on fact
Every
checks?
day. All right.
That's all.
Love you.
I love you.
We are supported by Allstate. Checking Allstate first could save you hundreds on car insurance. Not checking what the warning light means before pulling out of your driveway, you absolutely convinced yourself it was probably just a sensor thing right up until you were standing on the side of the road waiting for a tow. Yeah, checking first is the right move. So check Allstate first for an auto quote. It could save you hundreds. And for fast, reliable help when you need it, add an Allstate roadside plan today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Potential savings vary. Insurance and roadside assistance plans are subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Insurance provided by Allstate North American Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois. Roadside assistance plans provided by Allstate Motor Club, Incorporated, an Allstate affiliate.